Grishkovich, Hop, Nathan Carpenter, Emil,
What?
Emil Wolpert, Peppa.
What makes a school great? At Valley Catholic, it's award-winning teachers who bring learning to life, students who are engaged in and out of the classroom, and from its earliest days at St. Mary's of the Valley, traditions of community service, faith, and family. That's today's Valley Catholic, offering pre-kindergarten through 12th grade classes on a beautiful 43-acre campus in the heart of Beaverton. Learn more at valleycatholic.org.
Welcome to Portland Christian Field, home of the Portland Christian Royals, where we have a battle of two undefeated teams here, the Valley Catholic Valiants and the Portland Christian Royals. Ready to get this off. Portland Christian won the toss and they deferred, so they will receive at halftime. They'll be kicking off right now to the Valley Catholic Valiants. Both teams 4-0. One of them is going to be 4-1 by the end of this day, PJ. It's good to see a 2A school battle a 3A school. Both 4-0, so it's a big game here in beautiful, windy, nippy, snippy Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, we were out earlier, and we had a chance to talk to Coach Cal from Portland Christian, and he had some great insight for the game, and we wanted to bring you that interview.
All right, I am here with Cal, the head coach from Portland Christian. Coach, you got a big game tonight. Both teams undefeated, big early season battle. What are your expectations today?
I expect to be a pretty good football game tonight. Two pretty good teams, one from 3A, one from 2A. It's our last non-league game, so we're excited about it. And we love playing tough games. We played Rainier last week and playing another really strong team tonight. Played Regis before that. So this is what football is all about, to play these type of games.
What did you see on film that they were able to do in some of their previous games?
Well, we have the Umatilla film, and they're pretty much able to do whatever they wanted to against Umatilla. And so it's going to be a challenge for us tonight. Our defense is going to have to step up. We've had a pretty good defense all year, but we're really going to have to step up there. And we need to be able to establish the run as well as the pass tonight.
What are some keys defensively that the people at home should be watching?
Defensively for us tonight, just basically if we can contain their running game, make them one-dimensional, make their young quarterback have to pass the ball a lot. And if we can do that, I think we'll have a lot of success because we put a lot of pressure on him. So, and then I guess that'll prove, how good he really will be, after this game then if we can do that.
All right, thank you, Coach, and good luck.
All right, thank you very much.
We're listening to the national anthem right now. I'm Brad Stein. I'm joined by the one and only PJ Miller here at Portland Christian Field, about 2 minutes away from kickoff. A lot of excitement on the field, PJ. We're just going to give this 1 minute. We're going to let the anthem continue. Thank you very much for your patience. Beautiful orchestra over the loudspeaker. So now the public address announcer is going to give us our starting lineups. We'll give it to you as we go in this beautiful game here. Telling you, the wind is blowing and it is not warm. So we're going to freeze our hands off. We're going to freeze our nose off, our ears off. But it's all good because we're here and we're ready for some big-time football with these two schools going at it. Head coach Doug Iardi leads the 4-0 Valley Catholic Valiants. And Coach Cal will lead his Portland Christian Royals, who are also 4-0, of course, a 2A school. I would say they're a very competitive game here because they're both 4-0. But what's really the difference, PJ, between 2A and 3A?
There's not a lot of difference size-wise between the two divisions, and a lot of these teams, especially you look at Portland Christian, they like to play up, they like to play against some of these challenging games, and so I think that they're one of those teams that just likes to play in those big games against bigger opponents. So there's not a ton of difference, but there is some there.
Are you saying that we are installed for a great game tonight?
Yeah, both of these teams undefeated coming into this matchup, and both of these teams, talking with the coaches earlier, talked about how these players kind of grew up playing together, and this is kind of one of those years where it's a culmination of more than just their high school careers. It's something that they've kind of been going through throughout their growing years as well.
Yeah, right now the rain has held off, so that's perfect. But if it does get a little wet and sloppy, does this favor one of the teams?
I think Portland Christian would probably prefer that it stay dry. The Valley Catholic is very ground oriented, and they're very good on the ground, and that would probably favor them a little bit more if it does get real sloppy. So I don't think either team really wants it. These players probably all want to stay warm and dry.
Yeah.
So I think that it's the weather doesn't look I don't see too many dark clouds out here. So hopefully it'll hold off until maybe about 10 o'clock tonight.
We'll see, because all the Portland Christian fans are here tonight. I talked to a lot of the parents, and she was telling me that a lot of these kids, like you said, they played together since 5th grade. So they have that unity, they have that friendship on and off the field, and that could help them against a slightly tougher opponent in Valley Catholic.
Real quick, Brad, I believe, do you have the starting lineups for Valley Catholic?
I sure do.
So let's go ahead and go over. We're going to start with the offense.
All right, Valley Catholic's offense is going to be led by number 20, the quarterback, Aiden Welsh. Running backs are number 44, Liam Walsh, and you'll also see quite a bit of number 21, Clay Kemper. The wide receivers, they have 3 of them. Number 1, their leading wide receiver is Kaz Lane. Colin Haggerty is number 32, and on the outside you'll also see number 85, J.D. Mankins. That offensive line from left to right is Jacob Pruitt, Connor Williams. The center is Drew Vander Zanden, and the right guard is Brian Oakes, and right tackle is John Tate.
All right, so we are getting ready here for the kickoff, and Valley Catholic is going to be receiving, so Portland Christian kicking.
Christian did win the toss, and they deferred, so we'll see them in the second half, and here comes the kick.
Drew Dayton kicking. Nice kick.
Deep kick. This is going to go in the end zone for a touchback. So Valley Catholic's going to take it at the 20.
We've done quite a few games, and I don't think, we did the Lake Oswego Central Catholic team, the game, and we did a Westland game earlier on in the year, and I don't think I've seen someone kick it into the end zone yet. So.
And with such ease,
yeah.
too.
Yeah, so very good kicker out there. That, again, was Drew Dayton.
Yeah, the
Christian.
Valiants. That was Clay Kemper back there for the return. He wasn't ready for a kick that deep.
No.
But that's exactly what he got. So we're going to see the 3 wide receiver set, a lot of 2 running backs. And right now we see shotgun formation for Aiden Welsh, number 20, the freshman quarterback. And here's a handoff, and that's a nice little hole up the middle, and he's going to be close to a first down. A gain of about 9 yards. That was Kemper. Nathan Carpenter on the tackle for the Royals.
One of the things to watch here is going to be the line of scrimmage. So, Valley Catholic really wants to establish themselves up front. They want to create those holes so that their running backs can get through there. So definitely watch that up front. It's one of the things we'll be pointing out as the game goes along.
On 2nd and 1, that was a gain of 9. Welsh from the gun. Here's another handoff, and stuffed. It looks like he's going to be short. Excellent tackle by number 77. Looks like that was Carpenter again. That was Liam Walsh with the ball carrier. So that's going to bring up 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. So far, 2 plays we've had, both shotgun formation. Are they going to give him the first down? All right, they gave forward progress, so it is a first down. The first one of the game. This is Valley Catholic.
He's going to move under center now. So
under center is Welsh. Another handoff. This time he is trapped and going absolutely nowhere. That is Kemper. No gain.
Portland Christian doing a good job. They're kind of stacking the box right now. And, we got a tent going crazy over here. Portland Christian doing a good job of kind of stacking that box up in the middle, not wanting to let Valley Catholic run inside. They're going to make them do something a little bit different. They got a pretty big nose guard up there. So
Okay, well, here they go. Valley Catholic is going 4 wide receivers, spread formation. And here's another handoff. And once again, Walsh is going to be stuffed in the backfield. Great pursuit. There was Nathan Carpenter, once again, number 77, who is extremely active so far playing the defensive tackle. I wasn't lying to you. It is windy and gusty out here, as we've already seen a couple tents blown over, as you were giving your great analysis like usual, PJ. That scared us all, I know.
Yeah, there was a guy standing right beside, or a girl standing right beside it, and it hit her. She looks like she's all right.
Yeah, she's okay. But I wasn't joking about that. So if you pick up a little wind, that's what it is. So here we go on 3rd and 14. Here's a throw, and that is a completion. And it's going to be stuffed right before the first down marker. So decision time right now for Valley Catholic. And that was Colin Haggerty with the reception, number 32. He's that 5'11 freshman that you have to watch out for. He's very active. He's one of the better receivers on this Valiant's team. So it's going to be about 4th and 3. And it looks like we have a decision. Looks like the Valiants will go for this.
Little confusion, looks like, on the formation. Adjusting now.
Shotgun formation. Aiden Welsh is the quarterback in motion. That is Liam Walsh. And there is the handoff, and it depends on the spot.
Yeah, he ran into the back end of one of his linemen.
Yeah, that was Clay Kemper again. He ran into one of his linemen. He looks like he might be a half a yard short.
Oh, no, they are giving it to him.
They're giving it to him first down. How about that? From the position we're in, didn't it look a little short?
Yeah, we're kind of off angle on that shot right there. The crowd definitely did not like that call.
No.
They thought that
because they see the same angle we do.
Yeah.
As they are the home team here at Portland Christian, just on their way. Under 9 minutes left here in the first quarter. No score. That's the second first down of the game, and that belongs to Central Catholic as they do what they do. They control the clock. They like to wear down the defense, and under center right now is Welsh. And here's another handoff, a little hole as Kemper's going to break this outside, and he's going to be tackled before the 50-yard line. So a nice pickup on first down.
Yeah, he made a great move there. He was that run was designed to go inside. He was able to bounce it outside, put on a nice stiff arm, able to get to the edge, got about 7 yards, brings up second and short here. Definitely doing a great job here by Valley Catholic, sustaining a drive. They haven't had any big, 12, 15-yard gains. It's 7 here, 4 here, 3 here. Just a really nice sustained drive.
2nd and 4 for Valley Catholic. Once again, Welsh is in the gun, and he looks from the pocket. He throws over the middle. It's tipped, deflected, and incomplete, as that should have been caught. That was Kaz Lane, the number 1 leading receiver for this Valiant team, and that could have been intercepted. It was a good pass, though.
It was a good pass that hit him right in the hands. Definitely something that he should have come up with.
The best receiver.
Yeah. Very lucky that it wasn't picked. The way it bounced off his helmet so high up into the air gave the defense a good time to react to it, but fortunately for Valley Catholic.
3rd and 4, Welsh under center. Here's a handoff on the end around, and he is going absolutely nowhere. Once again, that is Clay Kemper as he's pushed out of bounds. This time he is definitely short of a first down as he's tackled about the 47.5-yard line. Still shy of midfield.
Chris DeBusman was also in on that tackle. Great pursuit there by Portland Christian, doing a good job. They didn't get a lot of penetration on that, but they were playing their gap responsibilities, and when the ball carrier went outside, they flowed down the line of scrimmage, kept him contained, and made the tackle.
That's a name you're going to hear a lot of. Chris DeBusman also is their best running back, number 48 player to keep an eye on. Here it is, 4th and 4. The throw almost intercepted, as that pass is incomplete, as that was intended for, once again, Kaz Lane. So a turnover on downs, as that ball is going to go to Portland Christian. So good defense. We'll give the ball to the Royals for their first possession.
And that was actually probably a pretty good choice there for Portland Christian that he didn't come up with the interception.
Yeah.
They would have lost about 15 yards on that. So pretty fortunate that he wasn't able to do that.
Yeah, now they have great field position right at the Valiant's 48-yard line. And now we're going to see Stephen Mumford, the senior quarterback, 5'7", 155 under center. Here is a handoff, and that is DeLucia as he plays a slot receiver, but you're going to see him very active both on the ground and in the pass game.
There's great movement there up front for Portland Christian. You saw Nathan Carpenter get into the second level, taking on a linebacker and pushing him back. That created that space in there for the gain.
So it is 2nd and 7. 3 yards was the pickup for DeLucia. And once again, you're going to see Mumford under center here as they play a very tight formation. And this goes to the up back. That's Chris the busman, number 48. And it looks like the ball might be loose. We're going to wait till we get any kind of signal. I think he was down, though. And he is. And that was Kaz Lane, the inside linebacker, made the tackle for the Valiants. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 4 yards for the Royals here. Make that 5. Officially, it is 5 yards, 3rd and 5. As the Valiant show blitz, wants it back to pass. There is Mumford. That is complete. And he's still on his feet. Makes a couple moves. Breaks that to the middle of the field. And you hear the crowd going crazy. The first down of the game for the Royals. The ball is all the way down to the 31 of Valley Catholic. Good drive so far for Portland Christian under head coach Cal Sieber, 4-0, a 2A school. And let's take a look, see what Mumford's got, and here we go. There's a loose ball. The ball's still on the ground. It looks like Valley Catholic might have recovered this. As you see, their sideline is already making the switch, and so is Portland Christian, and it is Valley Catholic ball. A critical turnover right when everything was going right for Portland Christian. They had great field position, and they were driving.
Yeah, one of those unfortunate things that you don't want to have happen, when you're playing a team that's up at a higher level than you. You get a big stop defensively, and you want to make sure that you can come in and get that recovery. You don't want to have a fumble if something were to happen. You want to try to get it. Unfortunately, they were not able to. Now they give them the ball right back to Valley Catholic, and we'll see what Valley Catholic can do here with their second drive. Big
smile on the face of head coach Doug Iardi in his 3rd season for Valley Catholic. His first season, 2011, didn't go very well. They did not have a win. They had 1 forfeit. They improved in 2012, and here they are, 4-0. First pass, that is deflected at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10. That was Emil Wolpert, the right defensive end with the deflection for Portland Christian. So 2nd and 10, ball spotted at the 31-yard line, 6:09 left here in the first quarter. No score. Beautiful day. A little windy, a little chilly, a little nippy, but right now the rain is holding off. We all like that. And Aiden Walsh, the freshman quarterback, taking over for the injured Book Carter. And there's another run play, and that is going for very little, maybe 1. And that was Aiden Walsh with the quarterback keeper. And there's the busman again on the stop, number 48 for the Royals. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 7 as they gave Walsh a gain of 3. Shotgun formation for Welsh. 3 wide receivers. This is thrown out to the left. That is complete short and tackled right away by Portland Christian, and we do have a flag on the play.
It's in the spot where it's usually going to be a hold on an offensive lineman.
And it looks like it will go against Valley Catholic.
The other thing it could be is a illegal man downfield, depending on if the receiver caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage or not. Oh, illegal chop block.
Illegal chop block that is still on the offense, so That will be accepted by Portland Christian. It's going to move him back 10 yards.
So in high school, you can't cut people is the term that they use. You can't aim for somebody's knees. You have to stay up at the waist level.
Trying to prevent those lower extremity injuries. So that's going to make it a 3rd and long here. 5:21 left in the game. No score at beautiful Portland Christian Stadium on a nippy, windy night here because we are now in fall. So welcome to Portland, Oregon, as this ball is going to be spotted right at the 20-yard line. We're going to go down to Taylor for a quick report.
With a little bit of frustration as the defense was collapsing in on their offense, putting a lot of pressure on their quarterback, but since the fumble, they've been talking about speeding up their offense slightly to maintain a positive offense that can combat that fast-paced defense. All right, and back to you up in the booth.
Thank you very much. That's Taylor Foster, our sideline reporter. And once again, we have another penalty marker down. Looks like it's going to be a false start on the offense. No, they're going to mark this one on the defense. And that is going to be on Portland Christian, so that's going to move it up 5 yards to make this 3rd and 16, a little bit more feasible for Valley Catholic as the clock continues to tick now. And there it is. The clock finally started. So let's see what Aiden Welsh has in store for this Royals defense. From the gun, Welsh looks to his left. That is going to be complete to Lane, or incomplete as he drops it, make it. Kaz Lane drops the ball. And now that's going to bring up 4th and long at their own 25-yard line. So it looks like Valley Catholic will be punting away. I thought he had it for a second there, and then he bobbled it. Spoke a little too soon. Kaz Lane, the leading in reception. There's a punt. Takes a nice Valley Catholic bounce. That's picked up at the 40-yard line and brought out to the sideline. A couple of nifty moves as that is Mumford. He gets into Valley Catholic territory. That's going to be 1st and 10 at the 42 for Portland Christian. As Nathan Mumford with a nice return. Took a Valley Catholic bounce, but Mumford was able to pick up the ball, break it out to the right sideline, and make some good moves, show off some speed, as his brother is Stephen Mumford, the senior quarterback, and Nathan is the junior wide receiver. And here goes Portland Christian once again with that tight formation, as you see Perry in motion, and this is going to be taken by Guild, and he breaks it down the left sideline. He's still on his feet. He's still going to the 2. Touchdown. Portland Christian with the first score of the game. It is David Guild. David Guild, excuse me. Not Guild, breaks it out to the left sideline and can't be stopped for the first touchdown of the game to make this a 6-0 game with 4:29 left in the first quarter. A little trickery for Portland Christian. They get on the board first. As they're going to mark him out of bounds. How do you like that? Look like he scored. They're going to mark this at the 6-yard line as Stephen Mumford takes over at the 15. And there's a hand up the middle, and that is going to be Chris, the busman. He's going to be short of the goal line, tackled about the 2. So it's gain of 4 yards, and that's 2nd and goal for Portland Christian, as I thought they were into the end zone. Didn't see him step out, but one referee did mark it. So they take over at the 6. Now they're at the 2. 2nd and goal for Portland Christian, trying to get on the board first here at Portland Christian Stadium. We are Portland SportsBeat Broadcasting Network, and there is another handoff. There's DeLucia. He leaps. He scores. Jesse DeLucia with the touchdown. That one is official, as you see several referees signaling touchdown. So DeLucia's in to now make this a 6-0 ball game. And the home crowd, they are here and they are energetic tonight.
Yeah, that was a great move there. He was very patient. He waited until he found the gap and then was able to dive over the top to get the touchdown. It's a great job by the running back to be patient in the hole, something for young players to watch.
That is the slot receiver, Jesse DeLucia, who will get a lot of end arounds, a lot of action, both through the air and on the ground. And here is the extra point, and that is good. That is Pepelaskov with the extra point, makes it a 7-0 game. 3:49 left here in the first quarter. This is the Portland SportsBeat Broadcasting Network.
Valley Catholic, home to exceptional academic programs, serving students in pre-kindergarten through 12th grade, award-winning faculty, championship athletics, a renowned music school, drama and art, faith-based education on a beautiful 43-acre campus in the heart of Beaverton. Learn more at valleycatholic.org. Academics, arts, athletics, excellence. Valley Catholic.
All right, we're back here at Portland Christian Field, where Portland Christian Royals take the lead 7-0 on a leaping touchdown by Jesse DeLucia. And here comes Pepelaskov with the kickoff for the Royals. His last one was boomed all the way in the end zone for a touchback, which you don't see quite often here in high school football. And here's an onside kick. And it looks like it is recovered by Valley Catholic. I don't know if it went the full 10 yards anyways. It's recovered at the 48 of Portland Christian. So excellent field position for the Valiants as they're going to take over 1st and 10. They're going to mark it at the 49.
Yeah, it was actually a really good idea right there. He was able to kind of take them off guard. Unfortunately, the ball was not able to go 10 yards, so Valley Catholic was the only one who could jump on it, and they recovered it.
So Welsh is in shotgun formation, 2 wide receivers to the right. Here is a handoff. That is Kemper. And the ball's loose. And that is picked up once again by Portland Christian on the fumble recovery. That is number 80, Cameron Larson, the outside backer with the recovery. So that's the second turnover of the game by the Valley Catholic Valiants. And Portland Christian's going to take over with outstanding field position. The ball spotted at the 44-yard line of the Valiants. Here comes the tight formation from Portland Christian. Mumford under center. He's going to drop back from the pocket. He's going to throw over the center deep. A leaping catch, but unfortunately it is incomplete as Nathan Mumford cannot come up with it. He had a couple steps on his man. Excellent idea by quarterback Stephen Mumford, who threw to his brother Nathan over the middle. He had a couple steps, just overthrown. Leaping attempt by Nathan. Good job. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. We're under 3 minutes here. 2:59 left in the first quarter. I'm Brad Stein, and I'm joined by PJ Miller, who will be in and out of the booth all night as we bring you some beautiful high school football. 2A versus 3A here. 2 undefeated teams battling out. Here's another running play. That is DeLucia as he brings this to the 40-yard line.
One of the things I'm noticing with both of these teams is neither one of them has a lot of ball security. When he was making that corner, he had the ball away from his body. He had 2 hands on it. He didn't have it cradled in his arm like you normally see a running back or a ball carrier carry that. So, we've already had some turnovers early on, so it's definitely something to watch.
So what do you do if you're the head coach? You've already turned the ball over twice in the first quarter. How do you address your players?
You have to make sure that they know ball security is number 1 right now. You can't have turnovers in a game this close.
And there's another running play once again to DeLucia, the slot wide receiver, who's going to get a lot of end arounds like that. And DeLucia is going to he's going to be very close to a first down depending on the spot. DeLucia is their leading rusher, and you'll see him a lot through the air receiving. Got a lot of speed. He has a knack for finding the hole. So they're going to mark this. They're going to mark this 4th and less than a yard. So we'll say 4th and inches here, as DeLucia gained about 4 yards on that carry. So Portland Christian's going to go for this. Mumford under center. Here's the tight formation. And there, and it looks like Portland Christian just were able to draw the Valiants off sides. So they're going to get a first down off the penalty. So there it is, encroachment on the Valiants. That makes it a 1st and 10 for the Royals.
Okay.
Timeout called by the Valley Catholic.
At Valley Catholic High School, it's an ambitious curriculum taught by award-winning faculty. Valley Catholic High School hosts its annual open house on Sunday, October 13th from 1 to 4 p.m. Learn more at valleycatholic.org.
All right, we're back here at Portland Christian Field. That was P.J. Miller addressing us here, Valley Catholic High School. 4-0 on the season. Right now they're trailing 7-0 with 1:42 left in the first quarter. Head coach Doug Iardi in his 3rd season. So what he was telling me, at least through email, is in 2011 they had no wins, 1 forfeit. They built this program. It started back in 2007. That was their first season. So they are in their 6th year, and they've come a long way to be 4-0, to be a 3A school. Right now they're trailing 7-0, but this is a very talented, deep team. And let's see how they get back in this ball game right now. And all you want to see through your program is every single year take a leap forward, improve. And you've seen that throughout this process since 2007 and since 2011, since I already took over. So here he goes, Portland Christian, first down. Mumford under center in their stack formation. Mumford under some pressure. He steps up in the pocket. He's going to throw this to the right sideline. It is complete and a touchdown. Portland Christian. What an adjustment.
Looks like they're going to put him just short of a touchdown.
Just shy. It is not a touchdown. Once again, David Guild made a great adjustment to that pass. It looked like he was in bounds. They're going to mark him at the 1-foot line. Good pass over there by Stephen Mumford. Once again, he saw pressure. He stepped up in the pocket. He made the correct read, and the defensive back of Valley Catholic was basically playing the man and not the ball. He did not see that ball coming. Great job. And here, this is taken by the up back, and it looks like they're going to mark him in. Touchdown, Portland Christian.
Great job up front by the linemen, just getting that push that they needed. You know, they're only about a yard short there, and they got the push up the middle that they needed to get into the end zone. That's one of those plays where you get behind your lineman and you say, hey, dogs up front, let's get this in the end zone, and they came through for them.
So Portland Christian has this Valley Catholic team off balance right now, 13-0, 1:15 left in this game. Pepelasco for the extra point. That looks like it was blocked, but it's still good. And it is good. So how do you like that? Deflected, blocked, but still rolls through the crossbar. So
Yeah.
Portland Christian takes a 14-0 lead with 1:15 left here in the first quarter. You're listening to the Portland SportsBeat Broadcasting Network.
At Valley Catholic High School, it's challenging classes, competitive sports, music, theater, and art, special interest programs, and community service. A tradition of excellence, that's today's Valley Catholic. Learn more at valleycatholic.org.
And we're back here at Portland Christian Field. That was Cayetano with the extra point. It was not Pepe Lasco who's doing the punting. And there they just recovered another long onside kick. That is Jesse DeLucia with the recovery. So Portland Christian with another turnover. And right now Valley Catholic does not know what is hitting them. If you're the head coach, now you've had turnovers, onside kicks, you've given up long passes. How are you addressing your team?
Well, right now you need a big stop here from your defense. You got to tell your defense to dig deep and come up with something big. They need a turnover right now. At least they need to get a stop and get the ball back in their offense's hands.
So that's going to give the ball back, 1st and 10 to Portland Christian right at around the 30-yard line. Nice run. That is Perry Tucker, or Tucker Perry, make that as he rolls close to a first down, and it is enough for a first down.
That was great. Again, great blocking up front for Portland Christian. He had a nice size hole that I think maybe even me and you could have run through.
I'm sure we could have. Weather's a non-factor. Portland Christians is really putting it to Valley Catholic so far. And here comes Mumford from the pocket. He's rushable. He throws this off his back foot. It is incomplete. Intended for his brother, Nathan Mumford.
Yeah, that was probably the first time that we've seen the wind actually be a pretty big factor. He was throwing that into the he was throwing that into the wind, and that ball just kind of died out there.
Yeah, I guess I spoke a little too soon. Been a non-factor. So the win that time helps out Valley Catholic, but they also had a good rush on the play. They disrupted Stephen Mumford, the senior quarterback. Real short, 5'7", 155 for a quarterback. I think that's your height, isn't it?
Yes.
And you were a quarterback,
I was
you?
a quarterback.
Okay. That was back in the days, 20 years ago? Mumford back to pass in there. That's once, again, that is complete to his brother. He's going to be pulled out of bounds inside the 15-yard line, marked at around the 12. So that's going to make it 1st and 10.
Alex Highland there on the tackle. Pretty good coverage. He was right in the vicinity. That pass was just right on the money. He was able to make a little move there, gain a couple extra yards, and first down here for Portland Christian. They'll still be able to get a first down. They're at about the 13-yard line, so they can get down to about the 3 and get another first down.
The defensive coordinator, Nick Hegwood, must be scratching his head. The first-year defensive coordinator, former high school head coach of Beaverton High School, the freshman football. And there's another running play for Portland Christian as they plow through the middle of the field for a couple.
Right now, Portland Christian, their offensive line is doing a great job of staying low at the point of contact. They're getting down beneath the pads of the defensive line, and that's giving them that push that you're seeing on the field. You know, if they can go out there and get 4 or 5 yards a play, you know, that's exactly what you want to have out of your running game.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter here at Portland Christian Field. Your score, the Royals 14, the Valiants 0. We'll be back. This is the Portland SportsBeat Broadcasting Network.
Valley Catholic Early Learning School provides loving care and exciting learning experiences for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers. It also offers after-school care for children through 5th grade. At Valley Catholic Early Learning School, we believe that children learn best by doing. We focus on the child's total development. Learn more about us at valleycatholic.org. Learning that meets the unique needs of each child. That's Valiant.
Back here at Portland Christian Fields, windy Portland, Oregon, frigid Portland, Oregon. So far, the Royals are taking it to the Valiants 14-0. We've seen some turnovers, onside kicks, some deep passes, a lot of running. So let's see if this Valiant team, Valley Catholic under head coach Iardi, if they can get this together, get this right. Both teams undefeated 4-0. So we're going to move to the other side of the field. The ball is spotted at the 9-yard line. 2nd and 7. They can still get a first down at the 2-yard line. As you hear lots of noise coming from the crowd, the girls, the cheerleaders are into this game. And here we are there. Mumford's going to hand this off to DeLucia. DeLucia is stacked in the middle of the field and brought down. Good play by Valley Catholic.
Coach, you could tell during that quarter break, he went to that defensive line and he says, hey guys, right now I need you to step up. They can't score here. We have to hold them. And you can see right there up the middle, they were not going to give them that inside. Now what they got to do is, after they contain that inside, they got to make sure that those defensive ends and those outside linebackers aren't giving up the outside contain so they get around that edge, because they're going to run that little fly sweep that they've been doing all game.
Well, that defensive line right now, Valley Catholic plays a 3-5-3. 3 defensive linemen, 5 linebackers, 3 DBs. They got to be very stout. Mumford back to pass. He has an open receiver. He hits him, and it is a touchdown. And it's his brother, Nathan Mumford, with another touchdown. The Mumford connection is working today as the Royals take a 20-0 lead here. Just started the second quarter, another touchdown.
You could see that play develop. The defender was playing off of him. When you're this close into the goal, you can't play that far off. He was wide open. Once he caught the ball, he only had to go about 3 yards. So, as a defender, you got to make sure you play a little bit tighter than that in the red zone. And we're going to have a penalty here.
Another penalty, as Drew Dayton is going to be kicking the point after.
It's going to be offsides on Valley Catholic.
So they'll move it half the distance. They're going to just decline it. Just decline it, so we'll see what Drew Dayton for the point after for Portland Christian. 11-13 left here in the first half. Trying to make this a 3-touchdown, 3-possession game. Right now, if you're Valley Catholic, you have to be really thinking about what you got to do to get on the board, but that's what you got to do. The hold is good, and the kick is perfect. So Drew Dayton gets the extra point, makes this a 21-0 game. Valley Catholic 4-0 under head coach Doug Iardi. They have a good run game. They can't be scared to just throw the football. They could still stick with their game plan, mix it up a little bit, run a little, throw a little. They shouldn't be forced to only throw the ball, air it out here, and stick to Portland Christian's defensive scheme.
What makes a school great? At Valley Catholic High School, it's excellence that has earned the Oregonian Cup in 2012 and 2013. Oregon's top 3A school in academics, athletics, activities, and sportsmanship. Learn more at valleycatholic.org.
And there's the kickoff. And that is a deep kickoff. It just rolls right in the end zone and out of bounds, so it's going to be a touchback. So Valley Catholic will take over at the 20-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and 10. Let's see what Valley Catholic can come up with here offensively. Desperately needs some points. Trailing by 3 touchdowns here with 11-13 left. There's plenty of time. So what they need to do is protect the football, run the football, control the clock, and get in the end zone and score. So 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Aiden Welsh from the shotgun formation. And there's a handoff up the middle and a spin by Liam Walsh as he gets some nice yardage on 1st down. And that's Grishkovich on the tackle, number 66, the defensive end. Gain of 5 yards, 2nd and 5. So that's good. On 1st down, you want positive yards, make 2nd and 3rd a lot more feasible. So Valley Catholic going again, staying in the shotgun. There's another handoff as, once again, Walsh is going to go up the middle, and it looks like he has enough for a Valley Catholic first down. And Paul Pepelaskov makes the tackle, number 50. So it is a first down for Valley Catholic. That's exactly what they need. Pile some first downs, control the clock, protect the football, gain some confidence, let the offensive linemen push the defensive front of Portland Christian around. And there's another running play. And this, a couple broken tackles, but then he's thrown down for a minimal pickup, maybe a yard or two. As that looks like it is Clay Kemper, number 21. We're going to go to our sideline reporter, Taylor Foster, for a quick report.
This is Taylor Foster back on the sidelines. The Valley Catholic team huddle right before the second quarter was really focused on finding a guy who's going to step up and carry the team. After the 21-point deficit that's happened within the first quarter, their motivation has plummeted, but it was all about motivation and stepping up because this game is not over, is what the coaches kept saying. And back to you in the booth.
That was Liam Walsh going over right tackle. Picks. And there is Grishkovich again on the tackle out to the 37-yard line, so it's going to make a 3rd and 3 after the pickup of 5 yards. So Valley Catholic doing a better job running the football. Big third down right now. You do not want to be, you definitely don't want to give the football. Here's another handoff. This is going to Kemper. Kemper's got the first down and more as he's going down the right sideline and out of bounds, close to midfield. They're going to mark this at the 47. So good job by Kemper. 1st and 10 for Valley Catholic. Something interesting about the Valley Catholic, they only have 2 senior starters on their team. That is Liam Walsh, the running back, and the offensive tackle, John Tate. Everyone else is freshman, sophomore, and junior, so this is relatively a young ball club. And 4-0, and there's another handoff. This is Liam Walsh, the senior, and he's going absolutely nowhere. Looks like he might have lost a yard or two. Good job by Portland Christian. That front 7 staying stout and tough. Loss of 2, so it's going to bring up 2nd, or make it a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. 8:08 left here in the first half at Portland Christian Field, where Valley Catholic is trailing 21-0. Here's another handoff. And once again, that is Kemper. Makes a couple moves. He's going to break this outside to the right sideline. Still on his feet. He's going to make another first down. Good job by Kemper. Seeing the holes, breaking it to the outside, and getting some extra yardage and another first down. And it looks like we have an injury. One of the Portland Christian men. I think that might be Paul Pepelaskov. I can't really see. He's shaken up, but he's gotten up on his own power, and he's able to get back to the huddle. So the ball is spotted at the 43-yard line. We're going to have a timeout called by Portland Christian, probably to check on the status of their injured player. So you're listening to the Portland SportsBeat Broadcasting Network.
What makes a school great? At Valley Catholic Middle School, it's an outstanding college prep education that begins in the 6th grade, preparing young men and women to be lifelong learners and leaders. That's today's Valley Catholic Middle School. Learn more at valleycatholic.org.
Welcome back to Portland Christian Fields in Portland, Oregon here, southeast Portland, a windy, nippy night. We're just here the first week of fall, already cold. It is 21-0, the Royals over the Valiants. 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 44-yard line of Portland Christian. Welsh from the gun. Here's another handoff. And this time it is Walsh banging his way inside the 40 down to around the 38-yard line. Good piece of running there by Liam Walsh, the 5'10", 220-pound senior running back, who also plays linebacker. Walsh has been looked at George Fox University. He does want to continue his football playing career. And it looks like we're going to have another timeout as one player for Portland Christian is going to be leaving the field. That is Chris DeBusman, number 48. So we'll have a replacement for him. So we have about 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard pickup by Liam Walsh. And here's another handoff, and this is going up the middle, and banging away is Valley Catholic. It looks like they've got another first down. Good job by the offensive line to get a good push. Good leverage. Keeps the clock moving here with 6:50 left in the first half. By far the best drive for Valley Catholic this game. As the referee keeps blowing his whistle. 4 wide receivers set here for the Valiants on 1st and 10. Here's another handoff. This is Liam, and Liam is going to get a couple as he's inside the 30-yard line. And that's Shadzinski on the tackle for Portland Christian. Gain of 4 yards, going to bring up 2nd and 6. Clock ticking away close to the 6-minute mark. Valley Catholic desperately needs to get in the end zone right now, trailing 21-0. Controlling the clock and the line of scrimmage. Welsh from the gun. He's going to roll out to his right. He throws on the run. This is incomplete, but we are going to have a flag on the play, and that will be pass interference on Portland Christian, unless I'm missing something right here, but it looks like he was completely mugged right there on the far right corner. So Valley Catholic should have another first down. Clock stops at 5:56. Good job by Aiden Welsh to roll out to his right, buy some extra time, and throw on his run. So there it is. It is pass interference called on Portland Christian. Valley Catholic's average drive this season is 5 plays, 60 yards. We have not seen a lot of that. And 16 of their 20 scoring drives have taken 6 plays or less, so they are a quick strike offense. Now they're taking their time, very patient, wearing out the defense. Their best drive by far. Here's another handoff. This is Liam Walsh again. This time he is going nowhere. That is Emil Wolpert, the right defensive end, number 6, with the tackle. Going to bring up 2nd and 10, no gain. 5:35 left here. I'm Brad Stein, joined by PJ Miller. We're the Portland SportsBeat Broadcasting Network, bringing this game live in Southeast Portland at Portland Christian Fields. And this time, there's a little pitch to Walsh. Walsh still on his feet. He's banging away close to the 15-yard line as he is gang tackled by Portland Christian.
That was a great job right there by the quarterback. You know, he drew the defender to him and then made that little option pitch and was able to make sure that they didn't lose any yardage right there.
As the clock ticks away under 5 minutes here, 3rd and 10 for Valley Catholic. Spread formation for the Valiants, 4 wide receivers set. And once again, another running play going absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, he didn't know what to do there. That was didn't look like it was a draw, but
No.
he dropped back to pass. Couldn't find anybody open downfield. Tried to scramble to the outside, but a good job right there by Portland Christian to get out there. Great pursuit and cause a big loss of about 5 yards.
So we'll call that we'll call that a quarterback keeper for Aiden Welsh, the freshman quarterback who took over for Book Carter, who's out for the season with a torn labrum. And Welsh has done a fantastic job up to this game so far. Here he is from the gun. Here's another handoff on the end around. And there's some running room and a good tackle by Portland Christian as he's down around the 11-yard line. That is Clay Kemper, the ball carrier. Clay Kemper is one of those captains for the Valley Catholic team. So on 4th down, Portland Christian's going to take over on downs. So Portland Christian went for it, trying to get 7 points, or at least 6, instead of kicking a field goal. So they give it back to Portland Christian with 3:44 left in the game, trailing 21-0. So again, you're still not out of the game. You have plenty of time. You have a whole second half to play. You got to play some defense. Force a turnover. And here comes Portland Christian. Mumford, the quarterback, he's going to hand this off to Tucker. So Tucker Perry, the slot wide receiver, gains a few. The ball's marked at the 12-yard line. Going to bring up a 2nd and 9. Valley Catholic staying in their zone right there. Mumford under center in that stack formation. Double pumps. He throws this deep. Has a receiver, his brother Nathan. And he makes the catch at the midfield. He's still on his feet. He breaks around at the 40. He's to the 30. The 20. 10. Touchdown, Portland Christian. Nathan Mumford with another touchdown. What a beautiful pass and catch by the brothers, the Mumfords. 89-yard touchdown reception. Stephen Mumford to his junior brother, number 34, Nathan Mumford, for his 2nd touchdown of the ball game to make this a 27-0 game. So Drew Dayton is on for the point after as it's starting to rain here at Portland Christian Stadium. We have some mist going sideways. And the lefty kicks it through, and it's good. So Portland Christian increases their lead to 28-0. 2:51 left here in the first half. You're listening to the Portland SportsBeat Broadcasting Network. Cayetano's kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback, and the mist is getting a little bit stronger here at Portland Christian Field, where it is a 28-0 Royals lead over the Valley Catholic Valiants. A lot of offense for Portland Christian, a lot of defense. Not much offense yet for Valley Catholic. Let's see if they can get it together here. 2:51, still plenty of time to get back into this game. It's not panic mode, but now it's time to do or don't. First and 10 at the 20 is Welsh. Another handoff. And that is Liam Walsh, and he is going nowhere. The busman on the tackle for Portland Christian in his inside linebacker spot, number 48. They're going to give him a loss of 2 yards on the play. They're going to mark it back at the 18. So it is 2nd and 12. Clock is still ticking away here. 2:20 left in the first half. We haven't seen much throwing yet from Valley Catholic. Let's see if some of that changes. Here's another handoff. This is up the middle. A little hole and a burst of energy by Liam Walsh, who was first team All-League last season in 3A high school football. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line, 3rd and 6 with 1:44 left in this game. And Valley Catholic, there's no sense of urgency right now. They're still huddling, letting these precious seconds just tick away. As Welsh is in the shotgun formation, here's another handoff on the end around, still on his feet. Look like Kemper, and he is down, dragged down. Looks like he's going to have enough for a first down. That is Clay Kemper. They're going to the busman again with another tackle for Portland Christian. They're going to mark the ball at the 31-yard line. So a first down for Valley Catholic here. 1:21 left here. Still huddling is Valley Catholic. Their 4-0 undefeated streak is in jeopardy right here at Portland Christian Fields. Another handoff, and this is going nowhere as Liam Walsh is stacked up as Emil Wolpert makes the tackle for Portland Christian. Still making some substitutions. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 here. We're at 46 seconds, so it looks like Valley Catholic is just content just to let the clocks tick away, burn the clock, not turn the ball over, and go into halftime trailing by 4 scores. Here's another handoff. This is Kemper, and Kemper still on his feet as he goes towards his right, but he's going to be tackled inside the 25-yard line, and that should do it here in the first half. Kemper picks up a couple yards. 10 seconds. So it looks like Valley Catholic's just going to let it tick away. So we played one half here at Portland Christian Field in Southeast Portland, Oregon. Your score, the home Portland Christian Royals 28 and the visiting Valley Catholic 0. I'm Brad Stein, joined by PJ Miller. We are the Portland SportsBeat Broadcasting Network. We'll be back after this short, brief timeout.
Valley Catholic, home to exceptional academic programs, serving students in pre-kindergarten through 12th grade, award-winning faculty, championship athletics, a renowned music school, drama and art. Faith-based education on a beautiful 43-acre campus in the heart of Beaverton. Learn more at valleycatholic.org. Academics, arts, athletics, excellence. Valley Catholic. Valley Catholic Early Learning School provides loving care and exciting learning experiences for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers. It also offers after-school care for children through 5th grade. At Valley Catholic Early Learning School, we believe that children learn best by doing. We focus on the child's total development. Learn more about us at valleycatholic.org. Learning that meets the unique needs of each child. That's Valiant. Celebrating 50 years of exceptional health care, Maryville provides skilled nursing care, inpatient rehabilitation, and memory care. We provide a warm living environment and stimulating social activities for our residents. Learn more at maryvillenh.org. At Maryville, your family is our family. Maryville, celebrating its 50th anniversary of service with love. Valley Catholic High School will host its 2013 open house on Sunday, October 13th from 1 to 4. Valley Catholic, the 2012 and 2013 winner of the Oregonian Cup, Oregon's top 3A school in academics, activities, athletics, and sportsmanship. Learn more about us at valleycatholic.org. Educational excellence that honors the unique gifts of each student. That's Valiant.
All right, I am here with Cal, the head coach from Portland Christian. Coach, you got a big game tonight.
All right, we are here back at the Portland Christian High School. Is it high school? It's because it has all of the schools, isn't that right?
Yeah, it has a junior high and a high school
Yes.
here on our secondary campus.
And I am joined with the principal of Portland Christian. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and
Yeah,
kind of let everyone know a little bit about Portland Christian.
Yeah, my name is Jim Hill, and in my second year with Portland Christian. Portland Christian's a school's been around since 1947. We're going on our 66th year of being having school here. First graduates 1951. Makes us a little unique of being around that long here in the Portland area.
So, what are some of the reasons why a parent or a child would choose to come to Portland Christian?
Well, we believe we're unique in the standpoint of we hold real traditional Christian values here at the school, and also you can get the academic programs, the AP courses, and the advanced honors classes that the kids want, STEM courses, things like that are, desired by families who want a good education and a good Christian education. Also our activities, we won the state band championship last year, thought our choir was better. And then we won, we're always competing in the state championships with our athletics. So we feel like it's a well-rounded education for our kids.
One of the things that I noticed, and you don't see this a lot at some of the schools in the area, was during the pregame, you guys said a prayer before the national anthem. Is that something that's always gone on? Is that something you do before all of the athletic events?
Yes. We're, as I said, we hold to our values, and we pray for classes and game times most all the time. We had Bob Mumford from Young Life there giving a talk to our kids before the game started. Our kids are very committed to their spiritual values as well as whatever their activity is. We have great kids in drama, like I talked about band and choir. All of it comes from a Christian perspective, and so we just try to practice our faith normally, so they recognize it's a regular part of life.
Whereabouts are the most of the students from? Are they mostly localized here in the area, or do they come from like the west side at all? Or
I would say the greater Portland and Vancouver area. They come from all over the Portland area, and a lot of people coming across the bridge from Washington as well. When these kids graduate, are most of them going to bigger like an OSU Oregon, or they're going to like a George Fox, or is there kind of a direction that a lot of these students go to after they graduate from Portland Christian? Yeah, it's a mix. We have even an international program here at our school that's quite popular. We're well known all over the world for our international program. But our kids, I did a survey, I think about 12 of our 52 graduates last year went to Christian colleges. But that's not indicative of what they would choose. They just, if they wanted engineering, then they're looking at OIT or OSU. Our kids are very serious about their academics, and they look for colleges that will advance their careers and so forth. But so it was a lot of four-year schools. There was about 60% that stayed in state, and mostly four-year schools, a few in the junior colleges. But University of Washington and Washington State's also popular with our kids.
But
You got the purple already, so you can be a
I
Husky, right?
I don't know if that makes them lean that way, but I'm a Beaver fan, so I try to get them to go that way. No, and our international students go all over the country. We had them James Madison to Oklahoma. Our top student this last year, Rose Schaefer, she went to Oklahoma Christian University on a full scholarship, and so she was looking at a lot of top schools, and she decided that Oklahoma Christian was where she would go. Yeah.
So we'll talk a little bit about the staff here. Some of the teachers and administration. What kind of people choose to become teachers here?
Well, as I select through applications and interview and all that, I'm really looking for teachers that will connect with kids, because I want them to be ministers first, and then their means for reaching kids is the academic subject. If you're a math teacher, first you minister to kids, relationships and values that you're putting into them, mentoring and discipleship. But their service ministry would be the subjects that they teach. So that's very important to me. Also, most of our staff here have master's degrees, masters in the subject, or are very well trained for the classroom.
Well, we want to say thank you very much for coming on, and we appreciate you guys opening up for us and having us on your campus here. And it's a beautiful campus. You got a great field out here. This crowd has been really enthusiastic, and you got some really good things going on here.
Yeah, we have the Purple Plague out in force tonight. They're really going crazy, and girls running around in tutus yelling around. It's been awesome. We're real excited about where Portland Christian is going. The atmosphere at school has been great, and go Royals.
All right, thank you very much. And we'll be back right after this break. All right, I am here now with the Valley Catholic Athletic Director. Thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and kind of let people at home know a little bit about Valley Catholic.
Yeah, my name is Joel Sabatka. I'm the athletic director and also the boys basketball coach at Valley Catholic. And it's a real pleasure for us to be on Portland SportsBeat tonight. I think for our whole school, our whole campus, it's an exciting year. We've had some big changes this year to begin with, and let alone that our football team's off to a great start. But, we were able to put in lights this summer. So we've been playing on Friday nights. We've had 3 home games. It's just been a lot of fun for our whole campus. We have preschool through high school on campus. So we have close to 1,000 kids on our campus. And just the community spirit that's come out on those Friday nights has been really, really neat to see for our whole campus. The Sisters of St. Mary's of Oregon, who that run the campus, just to see their support, and to our president Bob Weber and everybody. It's just been a great season so far. Our fall sports are off to a great start. We've had our probably this year was our biggest freshman class we've had ever, and it's the first time we've had more boys than girls in the freshman class, which is needed as we're projected to go up to 4A next year. We're about 390 students, and where the cut line is, we'll probably be in 4A next year. So the added bodies and the added athletes has helped our department as well.
So how do you as a smaller school, and academics is obviously very important there. Mm-hmm. So how do you as an administration, how do you guys impart the athletic aspect of it, but still make sure that they're keeping their focus on their grades and their schooling?
That's a great question. I think first and foremost, kids that choose Valley choose it because of the academics and also the activities, the athletics, not just our athletic department, but for example, this fall we have about 160 kids in fall sports. We have about 70 in our orchestra, probably 40 in our fall play, another 30 to 40 in our band. So 25 on our dance team, and so one of the reasons kids choose Valley is because of the opportunity to do so many things. We encourage that. We have 2 boys currently that are playing boys soccer and running cross country in the same season, and they have to work to make that happen. Our coaches have to work together to make that happen, and then the teachers have to be, understanding and just the amazing support that we get from our teachers and our faculty and our administration as far as understanding that. But I think it's a balance, and that's part of, I think, the benefit of being a high school athlete or being involved in activities is that you learn the time management. You understand that you can still do both. It isn't just about grades necessarily, and it just isn't about sports. It's that you want to be, excellent in both areas, and that's kind of what one of our core values is, to strive for excellence. And we really, I think across the board, from coaches to teachers to students, really live that.
So why don't you talk about some of the other fall sports that are going on and kind of how their seasons are going?
Well, our girls soccer team, who was runner-up last year in the state, is off to a great start. Kayla Crandall's the head coach, and they've had 2 impressive road wins the last 2 games. They won at Banks 4-0 and then defeated Catlin Gable 5-0 at Catlin. So they're off to a really, really good start. They have a huge game Tuesday over at OES at 4:15, which will be a big game. That's who we lost to in the state championship. So it'll be a real tough game. And then boys soccer, we've got a new coach, Mike Shertude, who's done a great job. They had a nice win on Wednesday. They defeated Westside Christian on the road 4-1, and that was their first win of the year. They tied Dayton last week, which was a great job. And it's a team that has 1 senior who's actually injured right now, so it's a really young team. Our boys and girls cross country team have been strong the last few years, very strong. Tommy Manning's our boys coach, and Eric Berg is our girls coach, and they're both projected to do very well. They've gotten off to a good start. They're both going to be running tomorrow at the Nike Pre-Nationals out at Portland Meadows, so it'll be a big test for them as well. But I think they continue to build, and as we get ready for districts at the end of October and then into the state meet, I think you want that type of competition. You want to continue to play good teams, just like football playing Blanchette. Our girls soccer team went up and played Union. Tough game, but incredible competition, great level of competition. And our volleyball program is off to a great start. Becky Kemper is our head coach. She was our head coach previously for quite a while. Stepped away to watch her daughters play a little bit. Now she's back this year, and the energy and the excitement is just tremendous. We've got a kind of a junior, senior laden team, so it's going to be an exciting year as we come down the stretch. I think as we look towards playoffs and those teams continue to get better, and even with our football program, we're still a pretty young program. We lose Carter, who is, kind of our glue as a senior quarterback, but some of these freshmen and sophomores have really stepped up for us this year.
All right, why don't you give us a real quick preview of some boys basketball that we're going to be expecting here in the wintertime?
Well, we're looking forward to it. Last year was my first year, and it was pretty new. I think me understanding what guys can do and those guys understanding me, it took a little while to get kind of going, but we finished tremendously. And we had 1 senior, Liam Cassidy, who graduated, who moved on, and obviously Gabe Taylor returns, and Gabe's actually is on his official visit over to University of Portland this weekend. He's committed there to play the following year, so Gabe will be over at UP. And then Jarrett Gray is back, our point guard. We've also got Alex Butts, Tyson Prunty. We've got probably of our top 8, I think we'll return probably 6 of those guys, and Carter hopefully will be back in mid-January after his shoulder heals. So we're looking forward to it. We've got a tough schedule. We open with Blanchette. We're at Dayton. We're going down to Cascade Christian's tournament. So it's going to be a really challenging schedule, a challenging non-conference, and then obviously when you get into league, it's always challenging. But we're hoping to build and play the best basketball we can in March.
Well, I'll say one thing that I really like is I started talking about basketball, and you got a big smile on your face, so I can tell you're excited. Thank you very much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
All right, we're going to be take a quick break, and we're going to be back with second half action here at Portland Christian.
Valley Catholic Early Learning School provides loving care and exciting learning experiences for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers. It also offers after-school care for children through 5th grade. At Valley Catholic Early Learning School, we believe that children learn best by doing. We focus on the child's total development. Learn more about us at valleycatholic.org. Learning that meets the unique needs of each child. That's Valiant. Celebrating 50 years of exceptional health care, Maryville provides skilled nursing care, inpatient rehabilitation, and memory care. We provide a warm living environment and stimulating social activities for our residents. Learn more at maryvillenh.org. At Maryville, your family is our family. Maryville, celebrating its 50th anniversary of service with love. Valley Catholic High School will host its 2013.
We're back and almost ready for the start of the second half here at Portland Christian Field, where the Royals are on top 28-0 on the visiting Valley Catholic Valiants, who come in here undefeated. Both teams not quite what we expected. We thought we were going to get a little bit more of a competitive game here, but Portland Christian has really taken it to the Valiants. We've had turnovers, onside kicks, deep passes, a little of everything. And unfortunately, Valley Catholic has not been able to really sustain a drive and get in the end zone. Their best one came a few minutes before the half, and that's really it. Their inability to throw the ball has been just crucial as a real hindering block for this Valiants team. Of course, they were missing their starting quarterback, Book Carter. He's out for the season, tore his labrum. He's a very good athlete, a lefty, can throw the ball down the field. And Aiden Welsh, a 5'7", 135-pound freshman, doesn't have the arm strength or the ability to stretch the defense. So right now, Portland Christian is just keying in on the run. They are not allowing Valley Catholic to get many good runs. All the runs are really start inside, cut outside, broken tackles, and that is really it. But they've been very stout, Portland Christian. They've stayed inside their zone and just have not allowed Valley Catholic to really sustain any long drives and get in the end zone. So we'll see what, if anything changes here, if Valley Catholic is able to start something and to sustain a drive. But Portland Christian will be coming out and receiving as they deferred in the first half. So we're just about 1 minute away from this kickoff. Portland Christian, they're 4-0. They, on August 30th, the first game of the year, they beat Horizon Christian 27-8. Then the following week, they beat Salem Academy 34-0. They beat Regis 33-19. And last week, September 20th, they beat Rainier 26-22, and that was their toughest test. And what I'm accumulating all of the knowledge and gathering all the information, tidbits from people around the stadium, is that Valley Catholic has not faced anyone to this caliber. They have not had any test. They beat pretty much cream puff teams. But still, you play who's on your schedule, and you got to beat who's on your schedule. Valley Catholic 4-0, very impressive start. This is just not their ball game so far. But again, it's the second half. Just like Portland Christian was able to get off to a 28-0 lead, Valley Catholic could be able to do the same. They are going to have to play error-free football. Their defense is going to have to be flawless and force several turnovers, and they're really going to have to run the ball and throw just a little bit. Even though Welsh has not shown the ability to throw the ball, if he can just get something started and open it up for the run game and keep Portland Christian a little bit on their heels, it'll make it a lot easier. So right now, Portland Christian will be receiving as Valley Catholic will be kicking off. That is Mackenzie Cleveland Aguirre, the senior kicker, 5'2", $120. He's going to be doing the duties. Kicking at the 40-yard line, a nice kick. It's going to take a bounce, and it is touched by Portland Christian, rolls out of bounds. So that is going to be down right there. It looked like it was going to roll out of bounds on its own and would have been brought back to the 40. But Portland Christian is going to have the ball 1st and 10 at their 17-yard line, as that was the hero of the game so far. That was Nathan Mumford, who made his first error of the game after catching a couple touchdowns in the first half and another long pass. This time he touches the ball and gives Portland Christian below average field position. So here we go, start of the third quarter. Just on their way, Second half, Portland Christian Field. This is Portland SportsBeat Broadcasting Network. Here is a handoff, and this once again is DeLucia. DeLucia fights his way to the 18, maybe the 19-yard line for a short pickup. Vincent on the tackle. They're going to give him about a yard, so it's going to make it 2nd and 9. So right now, if you're Portland Christian, PJ, you're up 28-0. What's your offensive game plan?
Run the ball right here. Although they do throw
and there's
a pass.
Another pass. And against, guess who that is? That's Nathan Mumford from his brother. And that's going to be good for another first down as Mumford is tackled at the 38-yard line.
And by run, I mean either run the ball or hit those little flats. I mean, those are as good as a run. Those are high percentage passes. What you don't want to do is you don't want to stop the clock. So have those high percentage flat passes, those swing passes, anything that are going to be those really high percentage like we talk about. Don't take too many risks, but just keep that clock moving.
Mumford really hasn't taken many risks. He's had open receivers pretty much the whole game. He's been very, very accurate to this part. And there is Tucker with the carry, and Tucker's pretty much stopped right in the backfield. Good job by Valley Catholic on that down to stay in their zone. So if you're defensive coordinator Nick Hegwood, what are you saying to your defense at halftime?
Stay tough. Don't give up anything inside. They got to keep this running game to where they're passing it and running to the outside. Just don't give up those little easy runs up the middle.
Mumford's pass is complete to David Giles as he is brought down short of the 45, tackled about the 44-yard line.
And if I'm on the defensive coordinator, I got to think about changing to a man coverage and running a little bump up on those receivers. They haven't been able to get up over the top of these corners, and so maybe it's time to just play a little press man, get up on those receivers, hit them coming off the line of scrimmage, and don't give them those little easy passes.
Are you emphasizing on defense to strip the ball?
Yeah, you still got to make the sure tackle though. It's one of those hard things at this level because you don't want them to change the way they play the game. You still want them to make a tackle. You don't want them to just think about the ball coming out.
DeLucia gain tackle. Looks like he's going to pick up another Portland Christian first down, and it is on the 2-yard carry.
But what you do is the second, third, and fourth guy in, all they're thinking about is stripping the ball. The first guy still needs to make the tackle.
So 1st and 10 for Portland Christian. Under 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Piling up a couple first downs here. Valley Catholic needs to be stout defensively and get the ball back without any more damage, trailing by 4 scores. And here's another handoff. That's Chris, the busman. And the busman plows through the middle of the field as a nice pickup. John Tate makes the tackle for Valley Catholic, the defensive end. Also one of the senior offensive tackles for the Valiant team. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 3 after the gain of 7 by DeBusman. John Tate's another one of those all-league players back in 2012. There's a handoff. This is going to DeLucia again. He's going to bring this out to the left, and he's still on his feet. Breaks a couple tackles. He's still loose. And now he cuts it back to the middle of the field. DeLucia still on his feet. DeLucia to the 30-yard line and down to about the 29. And we have several flags on the play. What a nifty piece of running by Jesse DeLucia, who also has another brother on the team. That's Anthony DeLucia, the freshman. Doesn't get much playing time. So we're going to go to our sideline reporter, Taylor Foster. She has an injury report.
This is Taylor Foster on the Portland Christian sideline. I have a little bit of an injury report. Number 60, Cyrus Ray, is being checked out for concussion currently. I'll let you know as soon as we hear an update.
Thank you very much.
Back to you.
Thank you very much, Taylor Foster. That's our sideline reporter, so we'll keep you updated on that injury for Portland Christian. A huge run by DeLucia, one of the fastest, quickest players on the field right now. And you saw that explosion. Broke through about 3 tackles, broke it back to the middle after breaking out to the sideline. Very nifty. And that's going to be another Royal first down as we're under 8:30 left here in the third quarter. 28-0 Portland Christian. And here's Mumford. And he hands this off. And once again, that's Tucker Perry. And Tucker Perry gets a few. And Quiz makes the tackle for Portland Christian.
Mumford's a little shaken up. He came off the sideline kind of limping, but he did sprint back into the huddle, so I don't think he's going to have any ill effects.
We'll keep an eye on that. So Mumford under center. 2 wide receivers, 1 split to each side. Fake hand is a handoff, fake pass. Once again, up the middle, looks like Chris DeBusman as he is going to be close to a first down. He's brought down to around the 20-yard line. Okay, we're going to go back to Taylor Foster for that injury report.
All right, and it's Taylor back on the sideline of Portland Christian. I have a confirmation that Cyrus Ray does in fact have a concussion and will not be returning back to the game. And back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Taylor Foster. Back to passes Mumford. He throws out to his right. That is complete once again. And down on the ground, that's David Gild. And Gild is inside the 10-yard line, tackled around the 5. It's going to be first and goal. And the tackle was made by Trevor Beck. So another first and goal for this Portland Christian team as they have kept the Valiants on their toes, both in the run game and the pass. And there's another run. This is up the middle. Looks like DeBusman. This time he is going to be stuck and thrown back down. Gang tackled by Central Catholic. It's going to bring up second and goal. Ball is spotted at the 4-yard line. Good job by Valley Catholic.
Put the ball down about the 3-yard line, so it's second goal from the 3.
We're going to give them a gain of 1, so it is second and 3, or second and goal at the 3.
See, even right now, as you watch the corners for.
And here we have a little, in the backfield, DeLucia gets tripped up and loses some yardage. Good play by Central Catholic, or excuse me, by Valley Catholic.
Tackle back at the 11-yard line.
Tackle back at the 11-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 8 yards as Portland Christian try to be cute there. And we have an injured player, and it belongs to Valley Catholic. Once we get the name and the number of who is on the ground, we'll get that to you as soon as we can.
One of the things to watch here as you're watching Valley Catholic on defense, look at their corners. The ball is in the red zone. They're within the 10-yard line. That are at about the 5-yard line. And their corners are back about 3 or 4 yards deep in the end zone, giving them that little out very easily. So, that's one of those things. As a corner defensive coordinator, you need to make sure that those corners are playing up because they've already given those little outs, on this drive about 3 times. So they need to play up a little bit tighter.
That is John Tate, number 51, the defensive end, also offensive tackle for Valley Catholic, who is down and injured right now as both teams were saying a prayer. He's still on the ground for the last 2 minutes now. So hopefully John Tate, one of the only senior starters for this Valley Catholic team, will be able to get on his feet on his own power. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to the Portland SportsBeat Broadcasting Network.
Valley Catholic, home to exceptional academic programs, serving students in pre-kindergarten through 12th grade, award-winning faculty, championship athletics, a renowned music school, drama and art. Faith-based education on a beautiful 43-acre campus in the heart of Beaverton. Learn more at valleycatholic.org. Academics, arts, athletics, excellence. Valley Catholic. Valley Catholic Early Learning School provides loving care and exciting learning experiences for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers. It also offers after-school care for children through 5th grade. At Valley Catholic Early Learning School, we believe that children learn best by doing. We focus on the child's total development. Learn more about us at valleycatholic.org. Learning that meets the unique needs of each child. That's Valiant.
All right, we're back here at Portland Christian Field. Valley Catholic still trails 28-0. Defensive end John Tate, number 51, was able to walk off on his own power, so that is great news for Valley Catholic, as it is 3rd and 11, or 3rd and goal at the 11-yard line for Portland Christian. As Mumford's back to pass, he's going to throw, and that is batted and deflected. Good play by Valley Catholic. That was Cos Lane with a deflection. So that's going to bring up 4th and goal. So Valley Catholic comes up with a huge stop on 3rd down. So now we're going to have a field goal attempt for Portland Christian. Jess Cayetano will attempt a 30, looks like a 30-plus yard field goal. I don't know the exact yardage yet.
No, I think it'll be
28.
28.
Okay, make that a 28-yard field goal. He is 3 of 4 this year. He has kicked a 40-yarder. That is his long. And this one is a low, bad snap. Can't get the hold down, and it is no good. So Valley Catholic does exactly what they need. They held. Now with 5:36 left here in the 3rd quarter, the Valiants need to come up with something on offense and quickly.
And that's a different kicker than kicks their PATs,
Yep.
right?
Yep. You have Drew Dayton, who kicks their PATs. Cayetano kicks their long field goals. And Pepeliskov is their punter.
So for VC right here, you got to score 5.5 minutes to go. You need to get something going offensively right now.
So Valley Catholic will take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, and there is a pass, and that is incomplete. A diving attempt, can't make it. And that was Colin Haggerty, was the intended receiver, number 32, the freshman, 5'11". So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for Valley Catholic. Their 4-0 record is in jeopardy here. 5:32 left here in the 3rd quarter. Trailing by 4 scores. And here's Welsh from the pocket. Has some time. He throws. This one is complete short and brought down for a very minimal pickup. So they actually lose yards on that, so it's going to bring 3rd and 12, and that's the problem we're seeing right now is the lack of arm strength by Aiden Welsh, number 20, the quarterback. He is a freshman, 5'7", 135 pounds. Of course, he is replacing Book Carter, who has a very strong arms out for the season, a multi-sport athlete. There's a handoff off the middle, and that is Liam Walsh as he picks up a few yards back. As the miss continues to go sideways here. The busman makes the tackle for Portland Christian. The ball is spotted around the 25-yard line. So that's going to make it a 4th and 5. And Valley Catholic's going to punt this one away. So, and the snap is bad over the head, and he's just going to have to get rid of it and kick it out of the end zone for a safety. So Portland Christian will get a safety out of that. Kaz Lane was doing the punting, a terrible snap way over his head. So Kaz Lane, being a heads-up player that he is, kicked the ball out of bounds to prevent a touchdown. So there's an extra 2 points, making this a 30-0 ball game. And now Portland Christian will get the ball back, as Central Catholic's going to have to kick this off once again. We're going to go down to our sideline reporter, Taylor Foster, to get a quick update.
And this is Taylor Foster back on the sidelines yet again. I'm here for an injury update on John Tate, number 51, who went down. It is unsure whether he will return to the game. It's looking like a neck injury at this point in time. I'll be sure to update you as soon as I know. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Taylor Foster. So we'll keep you updated on the injured offensive tackle, defensive end John Tate for Valley Catholic. We all hope that he will be able to come back to the game or at least be okay.
What makes a great school? At Valley Catholic Early Learning School, it's a focus on the child's total development from 8 weeks through age 5, plus after-school care for children through 5th grade. That's Valley Catholic Early Learning School. Learn more at valleycatholic.org.
Welcome back here, Portland Christian Field, and here is the kickoff by Valley Catholic, and that is Kaz Lane with the kickoff, and Nathan Mumford brings that back to the 48-yard line of Valley Catholic.
And that's so for those watching at home who may not know what just happened, anytime a team gets a safety, they have to kick off to the defensive team. And it's no longer a kickoff off of a tee. It is what's called a free kick, which is just like a punt. So there's a free kick from their own 20-yard line, and they turn the ball over to the other team while also giving up their 2 points.
So Valley Catholic trails 30-0, 4:11 left in the third quarter. And here comes Portland Christian's offense once again. And that is a short pickup. That is David Gild, the wide receiver. Loses a yard. So they're going to make that 2nd and 11. Good job by Central Catholic that time. So if you're now the coach, PJ, you know that your team is struggling offensively. Your quarterback can't throw the ball more than 15 yards. How do you get back in this game?
Patience. They have to stick with what they can do, and you got to hope for a defense.
Big hole up the middle, and that is Chris DeBusman. That's not going to help Valley Catholic very much right there. DeBusman with a big first down carry as he busts through the middle. He has this back into around the 32-yard line of Valley Catholic, so it's going to be another 1st and 10.
Portland Christian has done a great job of having balance. They've been able to run inside, they've been able to run outside, and they've been able to throw. When the team has balance like that, it makes it for a defensive nightmare for a team.
And Portland Christian's been able to put up a lot of points in their 4 previous wins. And here's another handoff. Again, that's David Gild. He's going to bring this around the left corner. He's still on his feet. He could go. Oh, he's going to step out of bounds. Just steps out of bounds. David Gild broke this outside the left sideline. Showed off his speed right there. So Portland Christian once again is in business. The ball is going to be marked at the 8-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for Portland Christian, as Valley Catholic was unable to make the tackle. He broke containment again.
He did. And, that's the one of the key things. If you can stop him up the middle, you can't give up those long runs.
Mumford's going to hand this ball inside. It's going to be an easy touchdown, and that is Krista Busman, number 48, for another Portland Christian touchdown. And now the game is starting to get out of hand.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate to see because both of these teams came in with such high expectations, and, Valley Catholic has just had some things not go their way. They had some early turnovers, and that put them in a hole. And Portland Christian, give them all the credit in the world because they've come out and they have done everything that they could and everything that they've wanted to do.
So the rain is picking up here at Portland Christian Field, 36-0. Here comes the point after. That is Jess Cayetano, or is that going to be Drew Dayton is going to be kicking the extra point. And it is Dayton, and that is up and perfecto.
So a 37-point lead here for Portland Christian. 2:55 left to go in the third quarter.
There's something that Portland Christian's been able to do all 4 games, or now they're 5 games. They've been able to run the ball. It started with 117 yards. 3 touchdowns their first game. They ran for 267 their second. They ran for 190 yards their third game. They ran for 75. That was their worst performance last week. And now this week, they have run all over Valley Catholic. So if you're Valley Catholic, you want to you understand it is now 37 left. There's 2:55 left in the third quarter. You still have a fourth quarter to play. You don't think about the score. You just think about scoring. Keeping the ball, sustaining long drives, and getting the ball in the end zone. That's the best outlook that you want to accomplish right now.
All right, Valley Catholic, what makes a great school? Valley Catholic Music School offers music readiness for pre-kindergarten students ages 4 and 5. Fall, winter, and spring seasons are available. Building a solid musical foundation, that's Valley Catholic Music Schools. Learn more at valleycatholic.org.
So that was J.D. Mankins with the kickoff return. He fell down, and that ball is going to be spotted at Valley Catholic's own 12-yard line, where they're going to take over 1st and 10 with 2:53 left. We're still here in September, and the weather is already starting. But we got a lot more as we still have October football to play.
Yeah, that big storm is supposed to roll in tonight. Tomorrow is supposed to be a real wet and windy one.
Oh, that's not good. I'm going to be at Oregon State University outside all day.
Should be some great football action going on this weekend. Oregon Pac-12 season starts. They're going to be playing Cal, so hopefully Cal can give them a game. And
I don't think Cal will give them much of a game unless a lot of things go wrong for Oregon, unless they turn the ball over 4 or 5 times. And Oregon's one of the few FBS schools that has not turned the ball over.
Yep.
So we will see. And here's a deep throw by Welsh, and he just tosses it up for grabs through the middle of the field. That is incomplete as the weather has picked up. The wind is still blowing pretty hard, and the rain is coming down as we can see it right through the lights. So Aiden Welsh threw it as far as he possibly could. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for Valley Catholic, and I hear a timeout called. And that's going to be charged to Portland Christian. I believe that is their first timeout used this half. So they still have 2 remaining, and Valley Catholic still has all 3 of their timeouts left. Here with 2:14 left in the third quarter. Valley Catholic Valiants trailing 37-0.
While we have a quick break here, I want to say big props to all of our crew out here. So wet and it's now wet and it's been windy all day. We got the camera crew out here. We got Taylor Foster down on the sidelines doing a great job of trying to get into those huddles and getting us the scoop on what's going on with both of these teams. We got some crew up here doing the switch-ins and working the audio board up here. So just big thanks to the crew.
Taylor Foster's doing a great job getting wet. I see her eavesdropping, and it's better than most. Great job, Taylor Foster. So, okay, 3rd and 10. Valley Catholic at the 12. A short pass, and this looks like it could have been a backward pass, and it could be a live football. Let's see what the referees say, and it is Portland Christian ball. It is a fumble. So Valley Catholic went for a backward lateral. Portland Christian's going to take over inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, that was just a little swing pass there, probably trying to get his confidence up there, have him get a completion. Nice little easy one. Unfortunately, it was a little bit high, hit the receiver in the hands. He should have been able to make that catch, but unfortunately, it bounced off his helmet. That was a backwards pass, so it's fumble, and Portland Christian was able to corral that.
A lot of unfortunate for this Valley Catholic team. But it's only one loss, so they're going to move to 4-1 if they're not able to come back trailing 37-0. And now Portland Christian threatening once again. And here is another run play with the pitch. And this time it is stacked in the middle. Good job by Valley Catholic. Front 7 did a nice job. There's a loss of 1 yard, so it's going to be 2nd and goal. Ball is now at the 7-yard line. We're under 1:45 left here in the 3rd quarter as Portland Christian is taking their time, trying to burn off as much clock as they can and get another touchdown to put some, I guess you can say, the cherry on top. And there's another handoff. That is David Guild.
That was a little trap there. What they do is they pull the guard on the backside, and they fake like they're going to run the counter, and that fullback comes up right behind the quarterback. A little inside handoff. He follows his guard into the hole. That guard kicks out the first lineman that he sees, and it's good for a couple of yards because you get the defense flowing the other way.
Yeah, they did a good job because all their running backs and receivers that have been carrying the ball have been able to hit the hole hard and use their power and quickness and make some moves, so they've been very successful today. Here's a pass by Mumford in the end zone. It is caught and touchdown. That is David Guile, number 11.
David Guile going up against the corner over there, and he's got to have a good 6 inches on him. And that was a pretty precise pass that he put right on the numbers.
Mumford
he just
threaded the needle with that one.
Put it up high where only his player could get it. So it was a great pass, great catch, great play call there by Portland Christian.
I believe that is Stephen Mumford's 4th touchdown pass of the game. Either 3 or 4. He has looked extremely sharp. Mumford came into the game with 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, so he either has 8 or 9. I think that was 4. And he was struggling with his completion percentage at 48%. And the extra point is no good. So the lead will remain 43-0 with 46.2 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. I'm Brad Stein, joined by PJ Miller, and you are listening to the Portland SportsBeat Broadcasting Network.
Valley Catholic is proud to honor Maryville as it celebrates its 50th anniversary. Maryville offers outstanding skilled nursing care, rehabilitation, and memory care. Maryville, celebrating 50 years of service with love. MaryvilleNH.org. And we're set as Portland Christian kicks off to VC here in a 43-0, 46 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. A game that Portland Christian has been able to dominate both through the air and on the ground.
And here comes Valley Catholic with a return. That is Clay Kemper, and he breaks it out to the right as he passes the 20. Going to be taken out of bounds around the 26-yard line. Jesse DeLucia makes a tackle for the Royals. So the Valiants will take over 1st and 10, 40.3 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, still trailing 43-0.
I think it's pretty important to point out here, Valley Catholic, they have 4 seniors on their roster, and one of them was their quarterback who was injured. So, only 3 seniors this year who are playing right now.
2 starters.
Yeah, 2 starters. So this is still a very young team, even though they do have a lot of experience because they've all been playing pretty much since their freshman year. So it's definitely still some great things to look forward here as this team continues to grow.
Well, so if they drop to 4-1, it's still better than most teams, and there's a nice run up the middle. Right now, I'm sure you want to work on different things schematically to try to move things forward in the future. Of course, they won their opening game 28-27 in overtime against Blanchett Catholic. Then they beat Colton 34-13, defeated Sheridan 32-18, and last week they won 56-0. So maybe they weren't battle tested. They faced their first good team that's 4-0, and they stumbled a little bit. But I'm sure they can regroup. They have a good coach in his 3rd season, and they'll get this thing back on track. And here comes Aiden with the throw, and that is going to be intercepted and should be a touchdown as Jesse DeLucia returns the pick 6.
Some miscommunication there. He thought his receiver was running it out. His receiver kept running the go route, and the only player out there was the outside linebacker who was sitting in that flat area. The ball went right to him, and it was nothing but green grass in front of him.
Good job by Jesse DeLucia. Plays the middle linebacker. He was right there for the pick 6. He does it offensively. He does it defensively. He can run the ball. He can catch. And he can also return interceptions for touchdowns. It is a 49-0 ball game. Extra point coming to try to make this 50-0. And the hold is perfect, and so is the kick. So the lead increases 50-0. The 3rd quarter has expired here at Portland Christian Field in Southeast Portland, Oregon, on a misty, windy, chilly night here. We'll be back. This is the Portland SportsBeat Broadcasting Network.
What makes a great school? Valley Catholic Music School offers music readiness for pre-kindergarten students age 4 and 5. Fall, winter, and spring sessions are available, building a solid musical foundation. That's Valley Catholic Music School. Learn more at valleycatholic.org. So we're back to start here in this 4th quarter. Portland Christian leads 50-0. Right now, if you're Valley Catholic, what you want to see from your players is you just want them to continue to compete.
Of course.
Don't give up. Don't hang your head. You still got a lot of football to play, not only in this game, you got a full quarter, but a full season left.
A big hit over there by Portland Christian and throw him backwards. And he's celebrating a little bit, getting a little cocky there.
He's puffing his chest. He knows he just made a good hit.
With the return, and he just got leveled. So Portland Christian, you can hear the excitement, the energy, and the noise, the cheers from their fans. They came here with their umbrellas, their rain jackets, their blankets. We are having an awesome game. Despite the score, this is a learning experience for both teams. And that's what you have to stress if you're the head coach of Valley Catholic, Doug Iardi.
Yeah, first of all, I want to give props to, I think that was Ethan Kwan maybe who had that hit. So, good. Oh, and we got a big breakaway here.
That's Liam Walsh as he breaks through, passes midfield into territory.
Got a little extracurricular activity there.
I think we're going to have a personal foul on Valley Catholic.
It's Clay Kemper.
That's Clay Kemper, one of the running backs. Took a late hit there. So that might negate a beautiful run by Liam Walsh, one of the captains. And Clay Kemper is one of the other captains, one of the 3 captains on this Valley Catholic Valiant team. So that's and he was all league last year, 2012. So it's very surprising to see that. But it happens. Tempers flare. You get frustrated. It's raining. It's wet. You're down 50-0. You just got to keep your head into it. You got to keep fighting and keep playing. 11:03 left in this ball game. As you could just see the rain going very slow, but it's very full. Enough to spray everybody down. So this ball is going to move back to around the 37-yard line, and that's where Valley Catholic will have a 1st and 10. So they're going to huddle up here. It's tough when you lose your quarterback out for the season with a torn labrum, a guy who could throw the ball, a guy who can run. It's very, very difficult to bring in a freshman quarterback who doesn't have the strongest arm, who lacks experience and think he's going to take over. He has done a tremendous job to this point on. He's been 4-0. They're going to drop to 4-1. There's nothing at all. He shouldn't be ashamed of himself. He should only be happy. Use this as learning experience and builds upon the 4-1 season. And Portland Christian came in here. I talked to a bunch of their fans before the game and a lot of the mothers, and they were saying that this is going to be a very competitive game. They said Valley Catholic, they're a 3A school, we're a 2A school, so they have the advantage, but it doesn't look like much of an advantage right now. Now the rain is really starting to come down here. Still 11:03 as the referees have called the timeout. We are going to go to the sideline, our sideline reporter, Taylor Foster, for a quick update.
All right, this is Taylor Foster on the sideline for Portland Christian, who is all about business right now. Even though they are up by 50 points right now, the whole sideline is still talking about improvements and the goals that they set before this game. They want to accomplish all their goals before the end of this game. All right, and back to you in the booth.
Another big run. That is Liam Walsh as he crosses midfield. He's inside the 45, down to about the 41-yard line of Portland Christian. And that's what you want to see if you're head coach Doug Iardi. You want to see fight. And that's exactly what senior captain, running back, 5'10", 220-pound Liam Walsh is doing. That is his second big run of this drive. The first one was negated because of the 15-yard personal foul. But that one was another beautiful run. You want to keep this going. From the shotgun is Welsh. He's going to hand this off. And this is going to go right, and that is Clay Kemper once again as he's inbound, so the clock is going to continue. He's inside the 35, marked down about the 34-yard line. Going to be short of a first down. Ball at the 34. And the rain continues to come down here in beautiful southeast Portland on a rainy fall night here. Welsh from the gun. In motion is Kemper. There's another handoff. This is Walsh. Walsh plows his way forward and looks like he'll pick up or be very close to another first down. And it is a first down for Valley Catholic. And we're just at the 9-minute mark here in the fourth quarter as Valley Catholic is trailing 50-0. This is Portland SportsBeat Broadcasting Network bringing you this game live from Portland Christian Field. Doug Iardi in his third season with the Valley Catholic. A young team, young coaches. So this is a relatively new program, started in 2007. And this handoff is going absolutely nowhere. This time, Liam Walsh is going nowhere, and Tucker's on the tackle for Portland Christian. Portland Christian's defensive front has done a good job controlling the line of scrimmage. At times, Valley Catholic has been successful, but all in all, Portland Christians, they play a 4-4-3, 4 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers, and they've done an excellent job against this offensive line, which averages over 200 pounds. There's a completed pass, and that is going to be a first down. That is complete to Colin Haggerty, the freshman wide receiver, number 32. Mumford is on the tackle in a safety position, number 34. Doubles as a wide receiver and also triples as the brother of the quarterback, Stephen Mumford. So now we're going to have another flag on the play here. 7:20 left in the game. We're going to have a false start on Valley Catholic. So it's going to move them back 5 yards after probably the best passing catch of the day for Valley Catholic. And that's what you want to see more of. Aiden Welsh did a good job staying in the pocket and firing that ball. Welsh from the gun. Here's another handoff. This is going back to Walsh. Walsh still on his feet, carrying ball carriers. The ball's loose at the goal line and in the end zone. And it looks like it is recovered by Portland Christian. We have no official word yet, but Portland Christian plows on the football.
I'm going to guess this is going to be a touchback. Looked like he recovered it either close to the end zone.
Oh, yeah, it looked like it was in the end zone as the rain is really coming down right now. Let's wait for the official word as all the referees are gathering together to try to get this call right. Looked like another good run by Walsh, and he was unable to
it is a
protect the ball.
Touchback.
Okay, so it is a touchback, so it is a fumble recovery. Now you hear the cheers of the Portland Christian crowd. So they're going to take over on offense once again with 6:05 left here in the game as we have a running clock now. So we're under 6 minutes as Portland Christian has a commanding 50-0 lead, and this rain is coming down like cats and dogs. So Portland Christian's going to take over once again. Stephen Mumford, number 15, the senior, still at quarterback under center. And we're going to have another flag on the field. Looks like we might have a false start as a little more, have a little extracurricular activity, some pushing and shoving.
You know, both of these teams definitely take this game seriously, both wanting to win. You can tell VC is getting a little frustrated out there. You know, this rain probably doesn't help their attitudes at all right now. And so, you know, you got to play through these things. One of the great things about football, it's a character developer. You have a team 4-0, everything's going their way. They're beating teams by, 20, 30 points. And then you come into a game like this, and next thing you know, you're down 50 points. That's a huge character development right here for them to kind of see how they're going to react to this.
Mumford under center as this is going absolutely nowhere. I don't know if Mumford had trouble with the snap or not.
Looks like it was just maybe like an inside play there. Bring up third down here in about 11 or 12.
Third and long, ball spotted at the 19-yard line.
Go ahead. Portland Christian just content right now, just letting this clock run down. Less than 4 minutes to go.
So is Valley Catholic, I think, at this point. With this rain, everyone wants to really just get out of here. But again, like you said, it's a character builder, and you can still develop your football skills as well, getting some more experience. And this time Mumford is going to be sacked and dropped by Valley Catholic. And some more yellow laundry on the field. I don't know what this call is going to be.
I think it's going to be another probably unsportsmanlike conduct on Valley Catholic. It looked like it was out here on the outside with one of the receivers.
So let's wait and see who this call is on.
Dead ball. personal foul on Valley Catholic. So it'll be a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
That's their second one this quarter. So that's going to give Portland Christian an automatic first down and an additional 15 yards.
As a coach, you can understand, when you get beat in the game. But the thing that probably coach is going to be most disappointed with is the way that his team's kind of reacted here in this fourth quarter. Yeah. The chippy play, the way that they've been kind of going after Portland Christian, and that's not character right there. You can tell the character of a person when things are going bad, and that's when your real personality comes out. It's easy to win a game and be happy and stuff like that, but when your back's against the wall, that's where you really turn out.
We're going to have another flag. Looks like another false start again on Portland Christian. So we've had a lot of yellow laundry here in the fourth quarter. So how do you address your team about the penalties, the unnecessary roughness, and the taunting penalties?
If I'm coach, first of all, I'm going to address it tonight because those are the types of things that kids need to know are not okay. But the big thing is going to come Monday when you're watching film, so I'm going to replay that and show them exactly why that is not okay. And then everyone on that team is going to go out and do some extra conditioning to show them, hey, this is not how we act. If you guys want to act like that, then, this is what's going to happen. So, you got to have some consequences for their actions.
1:29 left in this ball game. Portland Christian has the ball, 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
We got a timeout.
And now
here.
we have a timeout, and it is going to be charged to Portland Christian once again. That is their second timeout.
I think they only had 9 players on the field.
So here comes a couple extra players checking in. As you see, Gabe Bancroft checking in. David Giles there. They just want to make sure that they don't cause any more yellow laundry to fly out of these referees' pockets. 1:23 left in this ball game. Fans are happy, but you can tell they're cold, they're wet. Once you get damp, it's not the greatest feeling. I used to teach phys ed outside here, and outside in the rain all day, and after a while your feet get wet, your hands get wet and cold, and you get a little agitated, a little irritated. And I think that's what we've seen on the Valley Catholic sideline and on their team. But when you're up 50-0, there's plenty to be thankful and happy about.
We had 3 quarters of great weather, though.
We did. It stayed there. All right, so Valley Catholic has the ball, and there's a run, and that, once again, is Clay Kemper. David Guile makes the stop for Portland Christian.
Valley Catholic not in any hurry right here. It's kind of surprised maybe they wouldn't work on a little bit of 2-minute offense, just trying to punch it in. Less than a minute to go here, but they're huddling up. Probably get 1, maybe 2 plays off, as long as they don't have any incompletions.
And Welsh hands that off to Walsh. The Welsh connection, which has been dominant the first 4 games, hasn't been so much tonight. The ball is inside the 20-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd and about 1. 20 seconds left. Let's see if Valley Catholic's able to get one more playoff. Maybe they can take one shot at the end zone. It'd be nice to score, make them feel better. As the rain once again is coming down hard. So 7 seconds. And here's Liam Welsh in the shotgun. They're going to hand this off to Walsh. Walsh is stuffed and dragged down at the 16-yard line. And that's going to do it right here at Portland Christian Field. Your final score, the Portland Christian Royals 50, your Valley Catholic Valiants 0.
There was a lot of hype coming into this game for, both these undefeated teams. And I think both of these teams are going to have some things that they're going to walk away from, that they're going to learn from, and they're going to take away some good things. Valley Catholic, for the fact that they have 0 points on the board, they were able to get 2, 3, 4 drives where they were able to penetrate deep into Portland Christian territory. They just had some unfortunate turnovers. So, they definitely have some things that they're going to be able to go back on film and, coaches are going to be able to coach them up on. But they're also going to be able to say, hey, these are the things that we did good. Got to cut down the turnovers, though. Got to cut down the turnovers.
And also the onside kick also killed him in the first half. But this is what I love to see is the players all coming out, shaking hands. You fought hard. It's a gladiator sport. Everyone shakes hands, and you're going to do better your next time. So, again, like P.J. Miller said, you take away the good and you try to improve on the bad. And that's all you really could do here. So we will see you next time. This is Portland SportsBeat Broadcasting Network. I'm Brad Stein. I'm also joined by P.J. Miller. Thank you to the whole crew. Taylor Foster did a wonderful job, our sideline reporter, as did the whole crew. Captain Mustache, of course, Alva. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to give a big shout out to all the Valley Catholic kids that are watching online. Joe Kiefer, big shout out to you from Taylor Foster. She wanted to make sure that you got that. But we just want to say thank you to both teams. They did a great job. It looks like we got Portland Christian here. They're going to be doing a little cheer or chant with
take
their
some
fans.
pictures.
Yeah.
What do you know, Joe? That goes out for you and everyone from Valley Catholic. Thank you very much. This is the Portland SportsBeat Broadcasting Network. Hope everyone enjoyed the game, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Drive safe.
What makes a school great? At Valley Catholic, it's opportunities to explore, create, perform, and play, enduring friendships and a lifetime of memories. And from its earliest days as St. Mary's of the Valley, a curriculum that instills lasting values and nurtures lifelong learners. That's today's Valley Catholic, offering pre-kindergarten through 12th grade classes on a beautiful 43-acre campus in the heart of Beaverton. Learn more at valleycatholic.org.